What up, what up, what up? Give me a Lehman Charlie if you can hear me loud and clear, man. Hopefully y'all are having a good time, having a good day. Of course, I'm not in the normal man cave vibes and all of that good stuff, man. Sitting here traveling and gotta do what I gotta do. You know, I got work stuff to take care of, so it is what it is. But hopefully y'all are having a good old hump day. Good hump day in this mug, man. Work day is over for your boy. Just kind of chilling out, vibing out. I filmed a travel EDC video yesterday, and I was like, you know what? It's five. Okay, appreciate that. Appreciate that. The confirmation. Lewis, I see you outside. Justin, I see you as well. Redskin Faithful, appreciate you kicking the door in. Forever broke up in this mug. What up, man? Make sure y'all smack that like button as well, man. And it's crazy. I filmed what I'd use for my travel, and I just realized that, you know, a lot of my everyday carry stays the same. It comes with me, you know, regardless if I'm on the road, if I am back in the man cave, if I'm in the studio, whatever the case may be. And so I just thought, you know, a lot of folks had a lot of questions about what pouch was that, what did I have in there, and all this other type of stuff. So if you have any questions, just put them in the comments. I would try to answer those. And we're gonna do this for a little bit before I do some hotel work, which a lot of us probably had to experience that before, when you got a little bit of work to do, even though you're back in your room. And then we're gonna eventually make our way to, one of my buddies is a general manager of a nightclub around here. We might have to hit that up and see what's going on and everything like that. So in an office environment, I don't go to one very often. Technically, I am a fully remote employee, but I still travel for work. I know that sounds a little odd, but when I'm not traveling, my work location is my man cave, literally at the desk in the man cave, pumping out my normal daytime type of work. But when I have to travel, it's always in an office environment. It's never the same one, or it's rarely the same one. For instance, this location I'm at today, I have not been at this location for, it's what, 5-6 years. And so I will oftentimes would travel to different locations. There's different rules wherever I go. Some places I can bring the glizzy, some places I can't, some places I can bring knives, some places I can't. Because this place is still located in Texas, I can bring all that stuff in here. They, you know, as long as you got a CCW, you can bring everything inside of the building. They fully are okay with that type of stuff. Coming in with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that, man. Hold on, let me get this fixed up for you, man. Put some respect on your stuff. Put some respect on that real quick, man. Appreciate that. It says, appreciate all your videos. Best damn EDC. Best EDC channel out there, man. Hey, I appreciate that, dog. You know what I'm saying? Forever broke coming through, trying to make your boy not forever broke, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, so it's crazy because the biggest thing for me personally is just pumping out as much content as I can, even though, you know what I'm saying, is it everybody's stuff coming in like that? It is. Okay, we gotta fix that. We shall fix that. 5x5, that looks better. Hold on. Frustration level growing. Okay, there we go. Appreciate that, man. But yeah, so I thought it was an interesting thing that it pump out as much content as I can. No excuses for it at all. Dad of 5, full-time job, you know, a husband, and still have the ability to pump out content because I find this stuff fun. I find it interesting. This is not my full-time job doing YouTube, so any type of support is always well appreciated. But yeah, it's crazy because the you know, this is something that I have to think about. What am I going to carry of whatever place that I go to, and what is that solution for when I get to that different area? For this one, it was great. I drove my truck, so of course the truck is fully stocked with stuff. You know, I brought the different pouches that will go with me into the office, different stuff that will stay in the hotel room. I'm getting to test some gear. I got some stuff for the embargo I'm testing. I got some stuff from Vertex that has been working out really, really well for me. And it just gives me the opportunity to see like what feels comfortable walking multiple blocks in a downtown area on your back. And I did a review for the Far Sling bag recently. That thing feels great. I mean, one of the most comfortable sling bags, and I'm not even, the review is long over. I've already done their review video, but this is just me like having more experience with the bag now that I've had it for even longer. Like the bag is super comfortable now that I've had this thing for well going on 2 months now. And I appreciate the fact that they've done so much ingenuity and on top of all that stuff. Question coming in from Redskin Faithful says, what are you carrying? What are you CCing W these days? So for the most part, it is pretty much staying the same, which is my, it is the Smith & Wesson J-frame hammerless 38 special. I think I want to eventually work my way up to a 44. Maybe still use 38 special, but that's what I got going on like right now. It works out well for me. I like the fact it doesn't have a safety on it. I like the fact that I can't show it to you on a live stream. You can't handle weapons on the live stream. You can handle knives, you can't handle guns on the live stream because you know they don't want people doing the unaliving themselves on a live stream. But it's it's in my most recent fall EDC video that I pumped out a couple of days ago. And I like it because it is something that's easy to just kind of always have at the ready, no safety, no hammer to get in the way, always double action. I get that. And as long as the target's not more than 25 yards away, I like carrying that. But I think I might switch it up at the beginning of the year back into my Bodyguard 380 or maybe even a 9mm. So we'll see how that goes. I've been really interested in getting like a 9mm, like a foldable 9mm to go into like a Vertex bag or on an AR type platform. So I'm looking at that as well. New to the EDC community, you're let's see, you're one of my favorite YouTubers to listen to. You're calm and laid back. I love that, says Kens. Hey, appreciate that, Kens. Appreciate you kicking the door in as well. Everyday carry can take you down a rabbit hole. It can grab you by the scrotum, just shake you for a little bit, pause, and just kind of make you realize that there's so much to it. And I like to just keep it vibey. I'm in my late 30s, and so I don't try to be bombastic, just trying to keep it vibed up. Plus, on top of all that, if I'm out there doing the most in the man cave, the Mrs. X come out there and threaten to take 20 toes away, or, you know what I'm saying, I get cussed out. So we just got to keep it real chill. Brian's Tech is in there as well. See you outside, man. Appreciate you kicking the door in. So let's talk about what I carried today. It's the same, the video I just posted talks about the stuff that I carry today. At a minimum, I can't really, when I'm in business casual or straight up business, so when I go on these trips, they are 1 to 2 weeks at a time. Day one of the trip is always business, like straight suit, because I'm meeting executives of companies, I'm meeting vice presidents and all that type of stuff. And so it's a requirement that we have to dress at least business. On those type of days, like me pulling this out of a suit pocket is not really gonna be super acceptable, okay? So if I'm coming through, we're not gonna be pulling out like a CRKT Q Compact, which is what I have right here. A great little CPM S45EN. I got a little bit of strawberry juice on there I gotta clean off. It almost looks like, it almost looks like the stuff that comes out of our skin. But I was just slicing strawberries for my sons before I left for this trip. So I need to clean this up a little bit, but I can't pull this out of a business suit. So normally what I would do is I would just pack this entire pouch, and this will be in my whatever bag that I bring with me. And this has everything that I need with me comfortably sitting on a desk next to my laptop. And it's becoming more and more acceptable to have a pouch, even if it looks wax canvas, if it looks military, multicam. In this business environment today, it's becoming more acceptable to have a wax canvas bag or wax canvas journal, a multicam journal. No one looks at you like you're odd or you're weird, especially if you have a military background. If they know you're a veteran and all of that good stuff, then people are okay with it. And in this thing, it's fully loaded with everything that I need for my carry. So I just talked about everything here, but I can't have the knife in my pocket. That's when we have the mini Griptilian in here, just in case we have that as well. Mike and Ike's EDC, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man. Smack that like button as well. Appreciate you doing that. But everything else is in here, kind of keeps me well-rounded. The pens, flashlights. Okay, listen, first world problem, but it was still an opportunity to bust this thing out today. My coworker, she had some type of, some object for her outfit. I don't know if it was a ring, if it was a bracelet, if it was like something, something woman related, popped off of her outfit. And we're working in a conference room on dark colored carpet. And then obviously underneath a conference table is dark. Of course, being that superhero that can pull out a flashlight, it's still a nice thing to be able to do, because people are trying to instantly pull out cell phone lights, and you know, they're waving them around like they're crazy, and I pull out a flashlight and people are like, oh, that's a good idea. You know, it seems like you can be that weird guy until you're not that weird guy. Okay, like it seems like you're the guy that's just like, why does he have that with him? But in all honesty, it actually was a good idea that you brought that with you. So that's why I'm okay with like bringing a EDC pouch or whatever. And I also bring my tech pouch with me. So I did a video recently about my Initech versus the alpaca tech pouch, which is actually can be a sling as well. I use this one instead of the Initech just because of aesthetics, because the Initech has way more functionality. It opens up way better. But when I'm in an office environment and this is sitting up on my desk next to my computer, the aesthetically orange interior, you know, it looks a little bit, it has a better vibe to it, you know. But if I would have chose a different color or whatever, it may not have the same type of result. And so, but you know, it is what it is. So I got my EDC tech pouch, I got my regular pouch. We're gonna do a video on the updated components of my tech pouch, because it's always changing, especially when I travel. Right now I have a MacBook Pro, I have a 15-inch screen that I'm staring at right now, a camera that I bring with me, everything to keep all that stuff charged. So we got to keep that stuff going on as well. Steve says, talking about that strawberries left over on your knife, how often do you clean off your everyday used knives? No, Steve, I'll be honest with you. Normally I do it every day. Normally I do it after every wipe, right? So I don't want acidity. I don't want those things sitting on my knife blade, but I'll be honest with you. I left for this trip 5:30 in the morning on Monday. And ever since then, there has not been a knife in my pocket, because I've been in business casual or business. And so it didn't dawn on me to clean my knife until literally right now when I stare at it. And normally for that, I normally have whatever oil is appropriate for that knife. This has a bead blast finish. So I would just look at the manufacturer's website and see what's okay to put on this, whether it's like Scruffy's or whatever the brand of those are called, or KPL or Kershaw's or whatever oils I can put on here, or I'll just hit it with a microfiber cloth and scrub just to see if I can get it off without even needing to apply any oils to it. But it's normally literally when I get done wiping. I know for a fact that I wiped the blade off when I cut those strawberries. I just missed the part near the actual sharpening of the choil itself. But it is what it is, man. I try to keep it clean because I don't want any type of chemicals, any type of acidity from fruit, anything like that to damage the blade, because I left it sitting there for 3 or 4 days, just like I just did right now. So, you know, maybe I'm an idiot for that type of stuff, but it is what it is. Oh, we got a new roux. Hold on, my bad. It caught my attention. My bad. So roux is my favorite. Throw your questions down there if you have any as well. Roux is my favorite hauler for like my camping type of gear. And they just sent an email that they have a new roux that just came out. So let's see. They have a new roux membership. Why would they do that? So interesting. Have you guys heard of roux? And maybe I mispronounced it. They sent me their 2023 version. They have a 2024 version that just dropped. And it looks like, I wonder what upgrades they've done for this thing. This thing is great because it's collapsible. And I have it in this OD green color. But I like the fact that you can wear this like a backpack. You can wear this like a shoulder panel. It looks like they changed the sides a little bit. It has a panel in the front so you can see exactly what's stored inside. This thing's pretty cool. The email just kind of caught my attention. My bad. I'm like that damn dog on Up when he sees a squirrel. When I see a new piece of gear that just got dropped. That's just how it goes sometimes. Have you had the chance to check out the Mariner 2 design by Bob? Yeah, I saw that, and I saw it's by Tactile Knife. I saw that they put some new scales on that as well. Field trip. let's see what we got here. I think they put some new scales on it. So here's the Chupacabra. And if we go back to their website, yeah, the Mariner 2, then they got the DLC version. Okay. Okay, let's see. So we got the titanium version. How much is this? $429. Good God, that's a lot of money. The DLC, I would imagine, would be cheaper, right? What is the deal? Are they just DLCing the titanium, or are they DLCing aluminium? I guess they're just dropping a DLC coating on top of the... Yeah, it's still titanium scales with a DLC coat, right? I mean, I don't really like the blue. I don't like this specific color of blue. You know, if you want to gain my attention, put some shit on some green. Now, have I physically got the opportunity to check it out, get my paws on one? No, I haven't got one on it. I haven't got one yet, nerd. It looks interesting, but here's the thing. I own a thumb disc knife, and I like it. It's the Carter. So I have the James brand Carter. And I have it in my Carter, and I like it, but it's sometimes I do miss, and maybe Tactile does the thumb disc a little bit better than James brand does it. But I have this knife. I bought it. It dropped below $100. I ended up getting the micarta version for $84 from backcountry.com. Matter of fact, do they still have it? Field trip. Let's see. Let's see if they still have it. So they have. Nope. It looks like they sold out. Yeah, they may have sold out of it. Anyway, I ended up getting the micarta version of this one from this website, backcountry.com, and I got it for $84. And that was just this thing has been out for 4 years. I think it's been overpriced for 4 years. It's VG10 blade steel, overpriced for 4 years. Keep mentioning that. It's James Brand's just leaning heavy on their name, and all that type of stuff. But for $84, I do think it was decent. Nothing to write home to mom about, but because this is like my first experience with a thumb disc, I haven't really been interested in dropping big bucks on the Mariner and all that good stuff. Clay, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. We appreciate that, man, and all of that good stuff as well. So, but for over $100, I wouldn't spend it on this. But I mean, James Brand doesn't give a F what I think. They're making that money. I mean, they keep coming out with new variants. I think this is their most popular knife. Our most advanced everyday carry knife. It's I think it might be made in Taiwan or China. It's not made in America. So it is what it is, man. It is what it is. If I get the opportunity to check out the Tactile, I probably will. I just haven't had the opportunity quite yet. Got my own the Rue. I like the hard shell. Yeah, see, it's like a hard soft shell. It's like, it has like these expandable sides, but basically the ruse crunches all the way down to like 2 or 3 inches so that you can store it if it's empty. But while it's full, it's 70 liters. That's like a ton of freaking storage, 70 liters of storage. Like this bag right here, if I can zoom out more, is, well, it is a 50-liter bag. Let me zip it up so my freaking underoos don't pop out. My Spider-Man underwear don't pop out. But it's a 50-liter bag. And this thing is what I use for travel with all my stuff in just one duffel, right? And so it's like, that is the, so it's bigger than that. That thing has all sorts of room inside of it. And it just kind of lets you fit whatever the hell that you might need inside and kind of makes life easy. So I like it. It is an interesting take on it overall. So one thing also I want to take a look at is, I know y'all saw the Zach in the Wild is back. Thought that was pretty dope that he hadn't made a video in a while. Good and bad things about, I have a take about him returning. I love his videos. I love the way he edits, the way he pumps out videos themselves. And I do think it's smart to come back, you know, because you got a good following. I think he's originally from Nevada. And But the fact that the first time you pull back up is when you are dropping a product, like it kind of gave me a little bit of an ick factor. Just to kind of keep it real with y'all, like I love his content, but we haven't seen you in a while. You haven't given us content in a while. You haven't fed the YouTube beast in a while. And then the first time you pull back up is because you dropped a knife with Savivi, which we knew you were dropping the Yonder because Savivi announced it like a month ago. And it's like already, I think it already might be the knife of the year or a contestant for the knife of the year. And hadn't even like it, people just started taking delivery of it this week. So he dropped a video talking about the new knife. It looks great. I've already ordered one, but it gave me a little bit of an ick factor. I was like, come on, no, feed the beast, feed me content before you talk about your knife, but also tell me about your knife. I want to know about both, but no shade to the fact that I'm still going to follow him, still support him. But I think it's okay. This is the internet. The internet be interneting. And if you put yourself out there, just like I put myself out there, it's okay to be critiqued. And I just want to say that kind of gave me an ick factor. But other than that, man, I thought it was great to see him back in the mix and all of that good stuff. My first new knife design with Savivi, the Yonder is live now. Check out the video here. I did watch the video already.
A lifetime of carrying and collecting knives, handling and professionally reviewing thousands of them. 13 months.
I mean, first off, what does he do beforehand? Like he said, reviewing, handling, and he said handling and professionally reviewing thousands of them. Is that an and or also statement? Does he mean handling thousands and also reviewing some, or whatever the case may be? But he has his own design that's coming out. I love when YouTubers and creators come out with design for stuff. I'm not about to watch this video right now. I just want to show it to you. So that guys, you guys can go check this out when you're done with this video, with this live stream here. But I love when YouTubers, I know Max Level EDC is going to doing a collaboration with Lockby soon. I'm excited to see what he comes up with. You know, I've seen creators do like collaborations with Big Idea Design, even though they're like a real bitch made company. Like, I think that the fact that they collaborate with people and put out products is good for the people. Just the leadership are bitch made, but the people being able to put out products for people, I think is a good thing. So that makes a lot of sense as well. So I think that the whenever I see creators collaborating with different companies to come out with stuff, makes a whole lot of sense. So I like to see that stuff as well. Let me know what you guys had in your pockets today. Let me know what else. Hold on, let me see the roux here. Let me pull this up, because I also saw Best Tech dropped some new stuff on us, which I don't know if I'm particularly interested in. The Baby Barlow. And then this is another knife that I saw that was interesting as well. That I don't know if it's something that I would necessarily purchase, but I like the fact that we're getting more of these smaller knives that you can get for your EDC, whether it's a keychain size, whether it's something that you can put directly on in your pocket. This is the Real Steel Knives Baby Barlow. The Baby Barlow shrinks down to the beloved traditional pattern, but keeps the materials modern. 12C27N. What blade steel is that? I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I've just never heard of it before. It weighs less than an ounce, and the cost is $19.50. This seems like a real life neck knife or a real life knife to keep on your keys and open up or cut through packages, cut through boxes and stuff like that. So I like the fact that these companies are always coming out with new little things as well. Best Tech just came out with the Classic. The Classic is a James Arnold design. And I like what Best Tech does with their designs. The fact that I think they put out quality products for a Chinese company. And overall, this one here weighs 4.66 ounces. It's already available to purchase. Where is the link to it? Let me see. Best Tech, $254. Hold on, what is the blade steel? Why is it $299 MSRP? It's titanium scales. It is blade materials M-Cut. What is M-Cut blade steel? What is M-Cut blade steel? White bead blast finish, or no, that's for the handles. M-Cut blade steel. Is that like a real steel? Is that Chinese version of Magna Cut? M-Cut blade steel, also known as Magna Cut, is a stainless steel alloy for cutting tools and knives. So CPM Magna Cut, a nickname for it is M-Cut. I've never heard that before. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, I can take that. I can appreciate that. But taking a closer look here of the stuff that actually gets carried whenever we do this here. All right, so we talked about the pouch. Let me get this here. So my main phone is the Google Pixel 9 Pro XL. I've been enjoying this thing quite a bit, but the pouch itself is kind of like my main bread and butter for when I'm in work environments. And this thing's kind of been working out well for me. Big fan of the fact that this thing just kind of stays nice and neat and petite and can stay on my desk. I'm gonna do a couple more subtle changes to it. I like to also take this thing to like cigar lounges and stuff. Let me get rid of the shaky cam because I'm trying to hold my cell phone. I want to do some other little changes to it. Like I really want to get it to the point where I could take this to like a cigar lounge or take this to work, and I don't necessarily need to have everything all the time, but I am a fan of how this thing is working out right now. And so as a few things I'm eyeing to like replace. The Leatherman Arc is my next big review because I've seen some people's take on the Leatherman Arc, and I just kind of keep it real with you. I don't know if the people that have already reviewed it, like I love me some Max Level EDC, I think he's great. And he did his day one like overview when he got his Leatherman Arc, and he was kind of talking about the sheath. And I think he may have had the bits in there upside down. At least from the promotional material I saw, they had the bits in there different. But I would just say that the Leatherman Arc is good. It's a good tool and it's not aggressive looking. I had the Leatherman Arc in full business attire, right? So suit and tie, sitting on the desk for hours with people with laptops and cell phones on the table and people wearing nice watches and all this type of stuff. This thing was not, it was very unassuming sitting on top of the desk on the conference table next to my notebook. It just seemed like a tool. It didn't seem like anything that was out of place because it's not stainless steel. It doesn't look like a knife, but it's still a tool. And so I think that, and I didn't realize it was sitting out for all those hours because it was supposed to be in my pouch and not next to the pouch. But the point being is that I think that people are kind of missing the point of the Leatherman Arc Obsidian. And I want to talk about that in a full review. I did a 3-minute review last week, but I got to do a full review because I've used the Leatherman Arc Obsidian for a project where I actually hung some doors for my wife. So I just hung some doors last week. I hung some wallpaper. So I have a lot of different projects I just got done banging out. I'm trying to see if I can find a photo of the door. Here it is right here. So I just got done hanging a door last week, and the Leatherman Arc was with me the entire way. So this used to be an opening. That led into a formal living room. And in our house, we don't need a formal living room. So we decided to close it off. We bought these French doors on the Prime Big Day sale that I told you guys that we did, all the great prices that they had there. This thing was normally like $2,000. It had dropped down to like almost $1,000. So the doors got delivered and I had to build a wall. And so all I have to do is my final bit of sanding for the wall and then finish the actual, put the rest of the trim up. But this was on my hip all the time. Sewing small pieces of shim, door shim, helping with the door jamb, grabbing brad nails that are hanging out the wall, screws that I accidentally stripped. Like the Leatherman Arc is just like this clutch material. Anything on the free series when you can open it with one hand, anything on that platform is really, really good. So yeah, I like it. I'm a big fan of it so far. So we'll talk about some things I do and don't like about it as well. Let's see, Darren is here as well. Say, hey, big fan of your content for a while now. Was looking for a keychain knife. Thoughts on a Civivi Mini Elementum. Like the looks and the feel. Craig Hill, but super expensive for the quality. I mean, Craig Hill is something that you get for aesthetics. if you because it's on your keys, me personally, it's going to be bumping up and clinging against possible other, I don't know what your keys are like, but if I had a keychain knife, it's going to be bumping up against. So if I had a keychain knife, it's going to be bumping up against my key to my truck, this little key cache system right here. And so if whatever I have to think about, like, what do I care if it does or does not get scratched up? So me personally, I'm gonna probably get something that's G10, that's a little bit more durable. I'm probably not gonna get anything that's like aluminum, that's gonna be like Scratch City unless it's anodized. So I'm probably gonna get something that's G10, maybe something in my cart if I wanna see a patina. So for the Civivi Mini Elementum, that's something I would look at. I don't know if they make the Mini Elementum in G10. Field trip, let's take a look real quick. Let's see, Civivi Mini Elementum. Do they only make it in brass? If it's in brass, I would get that too. Because brass, I personally like the look of scratches on brass and copper, and I like that look. I don't like that look on on aluminium though. I just kind of keep it real with you. The Mini Elementum, okay, so it looks like you can get it in a lot of different variants. The Mini Elementum flipper, brass handle. So the show side is brass. Is the lock side brass too? Is that what that is? Or am I tripping? What about black? So I guess only the mini one is in brass. Well, here's the thing about using this as a keychain. It does have the small lanyard hole, which is like almost specifically designed for keychain size. The fact that they gave it a frame lock is interesting. 50 bucks. I mean, if you feel comfortable with that price, I would wait for it to go on sale. Me personally, it's a small knife, you know, you're getting a knife for less than 2 inches, but you know, I would kind of go with that. It's not a bad look. It's not a bad look. So I don't really own a keychain knife, so I can't really give you like a solid suggestion, but I like what you said. Have you checked out the X-Pod 2 Code of Bell? I've seen Code of Bell. Field trip, I don't know if I've seen the X-Pod 2, or let me just say, I don't specifically remember. You're talking about a sling bag, right? So the thing I would say about their bags themselves is some of them are just not my flavor. One thing I'm noticing more and more about myself is that I'm not really I'm realizing more and more I'm not really an urban sling type of guy. Okay. So Able Carry sent me a backpack out. It's very urban like, and my bad, I got some crap in my eye. I hate touching my face when I'm live streaming, but the Able Carry sent me some stuff out. It's very urban like. This Farah bag is very nice, but it's very urban like. And I've really find out more and more I gravitate towards like the Brown Buffaloes, the Go Rucks, the Vertexes versus more and anything that looks super hikey or super urban. I don't really gravitate towards it. It's not really my design language. So this one is not really my design language because it does give me urban hiker feel, but it does look like it's a functional bag. Let's see, what color is Daybreak? I don't like these names. Like, how am I supposed to know what these colors are? I'm supposed to just click on it and see what it is, right? It looks like a very functional bag itself. Let me see some more photos though. Okay, so a bunch of photos of the bag closed. Tons of photos of the bag closed. Frustration level is growing. When are you gonna actually open it? Okay, there's the bag. There you go. Again, it reminds me of an Alpaca Element Tech Max. Just like that's the first thing I thought of. It has a stabilizer strap. Yeah, I like the sling itself. I like the features of the sling. It's just not really my design language, if that makes sense. But if it's something that you like and you're okay with this effing price, which is pretty expensive, I think it was what, 200 and something bucks, then that might be something that you snatch up. But for me particularly, I don't think it is $149. You mean if that's something that you're kind of feeling it, that might be something you go for. Yeah, all their bags give me like a urban hiker feel. I'm not really feeling it. I'm not really feeling the design. It's just not for me, but I think it looks like a dope ass design. What do you think about the Mystery Ranch limited edition Carryology bag? First off, anything Carryology and Huckberry, a lot of times they get grandpa excited, bro. Not all the time, because Huckberry does collabs, but they don't seem to raise the price that much. When Carryology does an effing collab, bruh, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. They're raising the price and you might not be able to get it. How about that Carryology Big Idea Design pen collaboration that they did? Yeah, complete waste of my money. All right, so we got the Carryology Mystery Ranch Limited Edition. So they just announced it. Looks like early October they had made the announcement. Is it available to purchase? USA only, international customers. Okay. All right, let's see what we got here. 4.1 pounds empty. God, that's heavy. How many liters is this thing? I mean, obviously it's gonna be for hiking, right? This guy with this beard is fierce though. I've watched his YouTube. He's freaking awesome. I think he does most of the stuff for Carryology, if I'm not mistaken. So I like the bag. I do like this bag. I like the fact that it just completely collapses down. I like the fact that you can half open it. But what's going to be the price is my first question. Do you score your dragon? How do you... Oh wait, do I push shop now? Okay, let's deny the cookies. $400, bruh. I mean, 400. It seems real fierce. And the leaders are not jumping out at me. The Dragon 2.0 combines years of innovation, blase, blase, blase. Materials, it's X50. Couldn't be happier. Somebody left the review 5 hours ago. For this type of money, I'm almost more tempted to just buy an Eberlin stock jackknife or something like that. Field trip. Eberlin stock just dropped his new line as well. This shit looks effing dope. They had it up for pre-order. They call it the Fade series. That looked dope. It's like trying to directly compete with Vertex's Long Walk series. But I thought that looked pretty good. But for me personally, hold on, matter of fact, let me see if I can see the Fade series real quick. Yeah, this is what their Fade series looks like, which I thought it looked pretty good. They're trying to directly compete with Vertex's Long Walk series. But if I look here and I go to packs, I guess if I go to maybe hunting packs, I'm trying to think what would be one that they're trying to compete with the bag you just showed. I mean, they have a number of bags that will be similar to what we just saw, and you can probably save $200 or $300. The Bandit, if you like the look of that, the Bandit's gonna cost you $150. Even like if we go to everyday carry type of bags, they just came out with the Fade series, but the Switchblade, that's what I was thinking about. Either the Switchblade or the Bandit would probably be something that you would want to look at. Or even, I have the jackknife. Like, I have the jackknife personally. I've rocked with it. For $200, this is a go. This is a full send. And it has a full CCW hidden compartment on this bag. It's a full go. So I like that Mystery Ranch. I bet Mystery Ranch has better materials and it's made in the USA. So both of those are winners. Bag design is probably through the roof on the Mystery Ranch, but when it just comes to it, I'm spending my bread on something like this, or I'm going to the Brown Buffalo and I'm gonna get something that's completely different because I love me some Brown Buffalo anyways. So that's kind of like where I'm leaning towards right now, but appreciate you putting that on my radar. Brass and copper, maybe. I hear you. Was what was I thinking? That's what I was thinking as well, says Darren. That makes sense. Thanks, brother. Was debating on that versus the alpaca. Yeah, and that's the thing is alpaca is, and just full disclosure, alpaca does send me stuff, and they're also they've sponsored videos as well, but they didn't send me this. I bought this with my own money, and I like alpaca gear. So I like the fact that they are, I think Alpaca is trying to push themselves higher and higher towards the premium urban bag collection, because it's nothing. When I go hunting, I don't think grab my Alpaca bag. I grab a Vertex. When I'm going hunting, I grab a 511 or something like that. It really just depends on what I'm thinking about. Let's see, the Savotta Kaka 15, very interesting EDC big pack, or I ordered one. Field trip, I can't even pronounce it, so I gotta look it up. I might even have Google pronounce it for. I'm bad at pronouncing crap, which is weird because I've said it before plenty of times. 2 master's degrees, and I used to teach for Texas A&M, and still jack up naming stuff, okay, or pronouncing stuff. So that's just, it is what it is for me sometimes. So this is, oh, bro, this is a very, okay, listen. At 40 Hertz, or if that's your name, I might be mispronouncing that as well. Bro, this bag looks dope. I don't know anything about it. I know it's 169 euros, giggity. I know it's 15 liters, so it's definitely on the everyday carry size. Maybe it can fit a 14-inch MacBook Pro. Maybe it can fit, maybe it can't. I know nothing about it. All I saw was the curb appeal. Curb appeal is when you go to the website, what does it do to you? When I pulled up this website, it drew my attention immediately. This shit looks dope. Like, I like the rugged look of it. I like the loop panel. I like the small MOLLE attachments. I don't even know if the bag is functional. The shoulder straps don't look like it's going to be that very comfortable near the neckline up there with that little adjustment area. It doesn't even really matter. I just kind of like the first impressions of it, bro. Like, that was the first impressions, straight up. I don't like black. I don't really like desert. I don't really like that one either. I don't know. I'm really feeling the green. I'm really feeling the green. Yeah, I'm kind of feeling this, man. I'm kind of feeling this. Hold on, let me see. Did they give me a little bit of... So it has a... Okay, okay. Keys, okay. Hidden zipper. Oh, that was nasty. Don't do that. Don't do that, sir. Don't do that, man. What are you doing? Okay, so look, you got some breathing hose so it can get water out of there. Pass through for a water bladder. Okay. Hook and loop on the front. MOLLE on the bottom. Okay. Cinch down straps. Adjustable at the top. Roll top. Bruh, this bag can get it. This bag can get it. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm gonna save this in my my discoveries area. I appreciate that. This is a great little looker. Like this is a nice little looker. I've never even heard of this company. What else do they have? Okay, so they got a 25, which almost feels like I don't even want to look at the 25, bro. Kind of keep it real with you. Like the 15 grabbed me by, it grabbed me. It has my full attention. How much is that in America? How much is that in America? What's 169? Somebody put in chat. What's 169 in America? Is that 199? Is the euro stronger than the dollar, or the dollar stronger than the euro? Somebody let me know in chat. Yeah, I would like to know that. That's interesting. The Vertex Gamut looks similar to, are you talking about that? Yeah, you know, I had the Vertex Gamut for a while. I sold it. I missed it. Vertex, I miss it. Don't send me another one, Vertex. Okay, don't send me another one. But I miss it. All right, I just know that the fading of the color was my only issue with it, and it was a little bit too big for me. I still like the Ready Pack. The Ready Pack, full reviews coming up. I've armored the Ready Pack with some stuff from Precision Body Armor, I think it's called. So I got some armor in that thing now. It's freaking fantastic. And yeah, absolutely. English is hard. Isn't it crazy, Danger Vanessa? like no shade to myself. I'm serious. It is what it is. None of my degrees are in English, okay? They all have to do with everything else. One of my mods in here as well, Chris is a kick in the door. Appreciate that as well, man. Reminding y'all to that Q colon and reminder if you want to gain my attention. You can see packet every day. Yeah, I can. Here's the thing. Me personally, it says 106, so it's like 182-ish. So 183. Okay, I see what y'all are saying. So I mean, like, obviously the euro stronger than the dollar right now. Okay, I got it. And the price does feel it feels a little TGH, too goddamn high. But I might be wrong. I didn't even read what the materials were. I didn't do any of that type of stuff. It caught my attention. Let's look at the 25 since I'm poo-pooing the freaking 15 now, the price. Oh, this has loop panel on the front too. But 25 almost feels too big, bro. Like this feels like a hiking type bag. I don't like this, the waist strap. It doesn't even look removable. Maybe it is, maybe I'm shitting on it and I don't even, yeah, you probably can remove it. But I don't like wearing waist straps because they make me feel fat. Okay, that's the only reason I don't like wearing the waistbands. The 15 doesn't have a waistband, so I'm not gonna feel fat wearing this one. All right. So I'm not gonna feel fat wearing this one. This has an NSN number on it, guys. They actually sell this, or at least they're eligible to sell this to the military. I don't know if they sell this to the US military, but they probably sell it to Scandinavian militaries, whether it's Finland or Norway or Estonia or any of those other Scandinavian countries. Probably get the, so the tech specs, it weighs a little bit more than a kilo or kilogram. Let's see. It is 1000D Cordura. I wonder what the 500D Cordura. Here's my curiosity question. I hope it's 500D underneath your shoulders on the back part. There's a part I don't think I'm gonna like very much. Look at the very back. There's not a lot of like moisture wicking back here. That's something to think about. So like 500D can be rough on your clothes after like long periods of time. So I kind of wish it was, you know, but that's just my experience with 511 bags. Maybe 511 was just tearing my shit up. I think it was the AMP 10, which was 1000D, and it was like underneath the shoulders was like 500D, I think. And when I wore that thing for extended period of times, it would rub into my clothing. It was, yeah, it was tough. It was tough. So, but maybe the price is decent. Maybe looking at it now, maybe the price is not as bad as I saw it out to be initially. Is Finnish, they make Finland Army gear. Okay, that's why it has an NSN number. There you go. It just caught my attention because my background is I've been writing contracts for almost 20 years. I've been auditing contracts for well over a decade. So when I see NSN numbers and type of stuff like that, it immediately grabs my attention, almost immediately. Parada, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for being a goddamn member. And also thanks for the mathematic equations. We appreciate that as well. So let me see, because I know that, hold on. Let me tell y'all something, bro. Some of these embargo items that I have, and I'm not trying to hype any of this shit up. But some of the stuff that's about to drop for the third quarter is crazy. Some of the stuff is crazy. From bags to flashlights to knives. I have a little bit of sprinkle of all of them under embargo. And some of these companies are listening to y'all when you have gripes, moans, and complaints about things. Like they're for real listening to y'all. I'm looking at one now that I've been using to carry my freaking camera gear, which I can't show yet. Like it's really good stuff that they're pumping out. And I'm happy about it. I'm going to some of their websites to see maybe if they mention it on their websites, then maybe I can talk about it. No, it's not on their website. Let me go to their YouTube pages, because if they show it on their YouTube pages, if they are disclosing that type of information, then you know, maybe I could talk about it. Go here, hold on. No, they're not talking about it yet. They're not talking about it yet. Okay, so never mind that. But it's interesting stuff, man. It is definitely a thing where I'm super excited about the fact that people are coming out with different stuff. Some things I want to put out for this month. How many of y'all's wives or your girlfriends or your moms or your daughters or your nieces or your cousins, the females that are in your lives, shop way earlier than you do when it comes to the holidays? Whether it's for Kwanzaa, Christmas, any of the Jewish holidays, whatever the case may be, any of the anything that comes up for the holidays at all. How many get their shopping done before us men? Mrs. X does. My coworker, she said, hey, she came in, she was like, I was wondering, like, what would you recommend that I could possibly get my husband? And I'm looking to spend, no more than like $300. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do a video on that. And she was like, well, are you going to do the video before like mid-November? Because I like to get all my shopping done early. And then boom, it dawned on me, like, females get shopping done way faster than we do. So I got to get my gift guide videos out there for y'all. I need to know. And I'll probably start a community post. You can put some comments here as well. The different categories of items that I want to do. Gifts under $100, gifts under $200, gifts under $500. Like, that feels about right, because I can think of stuff that I have saved that, and here's the thing that happens with me is, because YouTube is not my full-time job, any money that I make with YouTube, I reinvest back in my YouTube channel. But I'm trying to have a healthy balance, because I want to give Mrs. X the opportunity to surprise me with stuff, right? So if I make a little bit of money with YouTube, do I immediately run out and buy a knife? Do I immediately run out and buy a bag that I've had my eye on, or a pen that I have my eye on, so that I can show it to you guys? That's what I bought. I used YouTube money to buy the Leatherman Arc, right? To buy those Leatherman bonds that I showed you guys a few weeks ago. But maybe, I got to give Mrs. X the opportunity to purchase the stuff as well. But that's the type of stuff where we got to get that stuff out sooner than later, to give the opportunity for, ladies get the shit done way sooner than we do. This year, I'm going to stand 10 toes down on it and try to absolutely get my stuff done sooner than later, because a lot of times I'm the guy that's like second week of December, like, all right, let's go ahead and stretch. It's time to get this shopping done. And I am an Amazon warrior, and I physically walk into malls and I just try to knock out everything. And then I grow frustrated because I have PTSD in regards to being around large crowds in unfamiliar spaces. Like, I can be around large crowds in familiar spaces, like my neighborhood Walmart. If it's packed with people, so what? I know the Walmart, I know the exits, I know where my truck is, I know how to hit somebody in the head without being found, right? But if I'm in large spaces with large groups and I'm not familiar with the space, sometimes it brings me anxiety. And the crazy thing is, I put myself in those situations because I wait a while to do the shopping. And so this year I'm going to try not to do that. I'm trying to pump that stuff out as well, to try to get that done for y'all and be most proactive as possible. X ever rock a VanQuest gear, got the Dan Drake large sling. I'm kind of liking it. It's one of their most popular slings, Justin, I will say that. I love VanQuest medical pouches. Field trip. Urban medical gear. What is this song playing in my ears? It's not getting grandpa excited. So let's just start this over real quick. All right. So one thing I will say about the Urban Medical Gear has like not exclusive, but they primarily use VanQuest bags to put together their medical kits. I bought an Urban Medical kit a few years ago, and they are the ones that introduced me to VanQuest, because when I bought one of their kits, I can't remember if I bought I bought the Advanced IFAC, which is clearly sold out. But this is what I bought from them a few years ago. When I got it, it was in this VanQuest pouch. I was like, who is this company? And I was like, I got curious. I went to their website. I saw that they sold the pouches by themselves, but it was such great quality. This is what is used for my trauma kit currently. And I think they make some good stuff. I think they make some really good stuff. It sits in the bed. One of these sits in the bed of my truck. It gets dust all over it because my bed in my truck is covered, but I throw all sorts of shit back there, and it just seems very durable. I think they make some great pouches, and 1110 makes some great med kits as well. But I like what VanQuest is doing when it comes to their pouches. Now for their bags, I don't really know a lot about them. I know the best, Taylor Martin at the Best EDC had like, I think their Trident, the bigger 20-liter bag, and he seems to like it a lot. It had a little bit too many loops for me personally, like zipper pulls. I think it had a little bit too many zipper pulls for me personally, but it looked like a really good bag. It just didn't really fit my flavor, if that makes sense. So, you know, everybody has their own kind of thing that they go through. It says, you piqued my interest, sir. Hey, let me tell you something. The different categories for these videos definitely need to pump these things out sooner than later. Semper Fire, appreciate you kicking the door in, man. They all shop early asking me what I want. They said I'll get underwear if I don't give them ideas. Hey, listen, Mike and Ike's, don't sleep on underwear, bro. Okay? Okay? No Diddy, but you know, I got my favorites that if Mrs. X is like, hey, what underwears? She already knows where to go to get my shit. Okay, listen, I went to Duluth. Is it Wisconsin or Wyoming? Which one is it? Because whichever one it is, that's where I was at. Okay, so I ended up going to Duluth and I went to their actual main store. So I went to Duluth Trading Company and I got, you know, I got my first experience with getting their butt naked freaking underwear. Literally, only ones that you're allowed to buy me. Okay, it doesn't matter if you're my grandma or Mrs. X. You know, all that is permitted for me personally is their freaking butt naked line. So either that or any of these. So if you're really trying to figure out like what's gonna work out for you, I'm telling you right now that tell your mate to get you some freaking stuff from Duluth Trading Company. Buy like one pair at a time. These are actually some really good prices right now. $13 is a good price. So just kind of giving you a heads up. Like, don't sleep on that shit, bro. Don't sleep on it. Those are you got two things that you need to take care of on your body: the family jewels and your feet. And so good socks and good stuff for the family jewels, I think, are important, and all of that good stuff. Do a man's Christmas lift. I'll make sure that the wife watches that as well. I'm going to. I need to. And it's crazy because I'm going to do at least a minimum of 2. Okay. I've talked to a couple of companies and I really want them. Here's the thing. I don't like featuring products on videos unless I've put my phalanges on the product. So as fun as sponsorships are, because, you know, you get paid, that's cool. But I don't want to do a sponsorship if I haven't touched and used your product. Because if your product is shitty, I'm not going to feature it. Don't care how much money you pay. So there are companies that are sending stuff out so that I can check them out. Blue Eddy sending me some stuff because I've been shitting on their power stations for a year. They've seen my EcoFlow or EcoFlow. They've seen my all power video. They've seen the other videos and they're like, X, we see that you don't like Jackery or Blue Eddy. We think we can change your mind. I'm like, okay, it's a possibility that we can change your mind for solar power stations and stuff from watch companies and stuff from knife companies and stuff like that. So we got a different mix of stuff that goes on like that as well. Birdman in the mix. What up, man? Just got me a Gerber pry with the pocket clip. Oh my, this is knife. Let me tell you, the Pry Bread X, yeah, with the pocket clip on it, and I think they make them out of G10. Yeah, it's like a good $20. A well $20 spent. It's, you know, Big Idea Design has their TPT slide, and they're going to grape you for 50 plus bucks. Or you can go on the other end of the totem pole and you can spend, you know, $5 and get a utility flipper at a big box store. Or you can hit that sweet spot, which are the rocks, you know, the Rovivon with their X-Acto blades and stuff like that. Or you can get the Gerber Pry Bread or the Pry Bread X, which uses either an X-Acto blade, which is a number 11 utility blade, or a regular size utility blade. And those things are going to cost you between $18 and $25. And you can get them now with pocket clips. So yeah, I like them. Med says, hope you're doing well. I want to take your opinion on this. In Canada, you can't carry a firearm and a pocket knife. What would be a good EDC build? Yeah, somebody needs to start banging out some EDC content from Canada because So first off, for you specifically, I would just say, like, what are your needs for your everyday carry? And after you figure out what your needs are, what can you purchase to stay legal, right? So if you're like, I need a knife, because you just said you can't carry a pocket knife. Well, what does that mean? You can't carry any pocket knife. You can't carry a knife that locks. Can it be a slip joint? Does it need to be a certain length? You can't carry a firearm. Is that a firearm that uses gunpowder? Like, do they define a firearm? Like, I don't know Canadian laws, right? But I will first figure out, what do I want to carry in my EDC? What do I purchase to be legal? So if you give me that information, I might be able to help you out with that as well. Duluth, Minnesota. Okay, that's what it was. So I was in Duluth, Minnesota. That's when I saw Duluth for the first time. I walked in, you know, I am a black speck in a sea of white. Okay, let me just keep it real. You know, I was the black guy in the store. I'm 6'2", 225 pounds, and I got dreadlocks. So, I kind of stand out. But I still had a great experience, and I found, actually I had like baby, I didn't even have dreads yet. It was like very, very short hair. So this is years ago. But very good experience. I love their products and use them all the freaking time. Don't sleep on the Milwaukee Fastback, that's the GOAT. Oh yeah, and the only reason you move away from the Milwaukee Fastback is the aesthetics. Because functionality wise, and I'll say this, the Fastback's a little fat in certain scenarios, okay? Like, I was using the Milwaukee Fastback to hang wallpaper. In hanging wallpaper, whenever you put it on the wall, you have to cut the wallpaper at the very top where it meets the ceiling. And the Fastback is a little bit too fat to get in the corners. And I actually had to switch to a different utility blade. I think I used a Work Pro. But other than that, the only reason you get away from a Fastback is aesthetics, or if it just doesn't work for that job. Actually, I either switched to a Work Pro or I switched to a pocket knife. I can't remember, but other than that, it works out really, really good as well. Recently subscribed, great video, says, well, appreciate that, man. Hey, X, great channel, saludos from Argentina. Bro, y'all are entering y'all summer right now. Where you at in Argentina, bro? Because the beaches of Argentina are calling my name. I want a solo trip to Argentina. I solo trip once a year. My wife solo trips once a year. And I want a solo trip, okay? My wife this year for her solo trip, well, she went with her girlfriend, but it's her solo trip. She went to the Dominican Republic. And that's cool and all, but for me personally, I want to solo trip somewhere in South America. Y'all are entering y'all summer at the moment. I don't want to go to Buenos Aires. I want to go to Mar del Plata. Is that how you pronounce it? Do they speak a lot of English down there? Am I going to be able to navigate things very well? Like the Mar del Plata down here, I think y'all got some dope ass beaches. I think that this is a tourist type of spot. I want to go somewhere where I'm not going to get mugged, and I can find some folks to speak some good old English. I can see some broads and some bikinis. Maybe I can get me a couple of hall passes, and you never know. I'm just saying. So I'm very interested in checking out look at this. I mean, y'all got pictures of beaches over here and all this other type of stuff. Yeah, absolutely. I would definitely like to check out Mar del Plata. Look at this grand beach of Mar del Plata. Freaking beautiful. And I'm not really interested in going to the capital city. It's like the baby one from Brazil. There you go. So that's something I'm very interested in checking. Let me know. I know y'all are entering y'all's winter, y'all summer months. Same and new channel. Really enjoy the content. Got to be careful with those girl trips to the DR or Jamaica. 100%, Duke. Let me tell you something. So here's the thing. For the girls' trips, they stayed at an all-inclusive resort, which is smart. They went to heavily populated clubs, and I told her and her girlfriend, because they're both freaking smoking hot, I told her and her girlfriend to use y'all's looks to get free sections in men's sections, right? Y'all shouldn't be paying for liquor, but pour your own drinks or let the waitress pour your drink and watch them pour it. Don't let the dude bring you a drink. But I'm talking to two women in their mid-30s. You know, they don't need me to coach them on how to navigate that type of stuff. But it's something that is that definitely something that you got to think about, because these people out here doing the most when it comes to people that are traveling to the DR, Jamaica, even Belize. Oh my God, Belize City is like, you go to Belize City, then you're asking for a hurting. Let me see if I can show them having a good old time real quick without violating YouTube's terms of service, because Mrs. X got a fat ass and I don't want it to get us shut down. Okay, so we can just show this one right here. So yeah, so Mrs. X went down there with her girlfriend, had a good time. This is them right here. And I said, hey, and this is them in the section. The dudes behind them were the ones that paid. Complete make the stuff happen, because they had a good time. None of the dudes got to go 20 toes with anybody. And you just freaking delete them out your Instagram after you have a good old time. So that is the vibe that we have, is just get to go to these different areas, get to have a good old time. You know what I'm saying? Both of y'all are smoking hot and y'all have a great one. So we do that. That's normally how we do it. And same thing, if I solo trip, then obviously there's not going to be a gang of females buying me a section or anything like that. But still, I'm not getting fleeced by no females or whatever. Thanks for responding. I'm currently just a student, so I don't have real needs to carry specific items, but I just always want to be ready for anything. I now carry a Victorinox, a flashlight, and a tactical pen. Victorinox is a good way to go. Of course, the Swiss Army knife is always ready to rock and roll, which makes a whole lot of sense. Now I'm looking at her vacation photos. Hold on, let me see this shit real quick. No, I can't show that. I can't show that. I can't show that. But hey, they had a good time, which is always a good thing, to be able to just make sure that they kind of have a good one and all that good stuff. Hold on, I think there's one more thing here for the drops. If you got a question, throw it in there while I look up this other item that I thought I wanted to talk about, but I don't know if I want to. Hold on. Demco knives. No, I don't think I'm interested in that. I don't think I'm really interested in that. Okay, so no, that was it. That was it. Hey guys, I appreciate y'all once again kicking it down. You see the sun is going down. I'm losing light. And I wanted to go live before I lost total light here in the hotel room. And we were just sitting here real weird and vibey like. No, you know what I'm saying? But if this is your first time stopping by, hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you guys a part of the battalion. If this is not your first time stopping by, thank you once again for watching me run my grave. Guys, I will definitely be with y'all real soon. We will speak soon.